Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on Jimmy's Awesome Channel. Here today, as you can see, we are going to be making a NCAA 2019 bracket. And today, before we get into this, let me just tell you that I am biased to 3 teams in this tournament, and those 3 teams are number 9 UCF, number 2 Michigan State, and number 2 Tennessee. I live right next to Michigan State, and I like UCF because I want to move to Florida. And Tennessee, I used to live there, and I also like the Volunteers. So that's enough about me, though. Let's get into it. First off, let's look at our first matchup here. I got to get through this quick because I got to go do something. So yeah, so I'm gonna have like kind of a lightning round here. I'm not going to be looking at many stats or anything, just blowing right by here. So anyway, let's look at this first matchup between Duke and North Dakota State, or North Carolina Central, I think. Yeah, I'm picking Duke. I mean, I don't see why not. Okay, let's look at our next matchup. Number 8 VCU versus number 9 UCF. I am picking UCF because I am biased. Number 5 Mississippi State versus number 12 Liberty. This is a tough one. However, I mean, I could totally see Liberty pulling through. They're on a good streak right now, but I'm going to pick Mississippi State. No, I'm going to pick Liberty. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pick Liberty and then Virginia Tech. I saw St. Louis play the other day, but I don't see them beating Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's on a hot streak. Maryland versus Belmont or Temple. Maryland's not always good in the tournament, so I'm going to pick either Belmont or Temple. Okay, LSU number 3 versus number 14 Yale. LSU, not Yale. Okay, I hate this matchup. Number 7 Louisville versus number 10 Minnesota. Louisville is totally going to kill them. I wouldn't, like, I hate how the committee put them up against each other and then put them right next to Michigan State, which we played them earlier this year. It's just kind of weird, but I think LSU's going to win that game. And then, no, not a very good matchup here. Michigan State versus number 15, Bradley. Yeah, I'm just going to pick Michigan State because I'm biased too. Number 1, Gonzaga versus number 16, not a matchup at all. Gonzaga all the way, even though I disagree with them being a number 1 seed. Number 8, Syracuse versus number 9, Baylor. Syracuse has been, they beat Duke earlier. Baylor hasn't beaten any good teams. So I'm just going to go right with Syracuse here. And now we come down to number 5, Marquette versus number 12, Murphy State. Excuse me. I'm thinking that I want to pick Murphy State, but I'm going to go with Marquette. Well, yeah, I'm going to go with Marquette on this one. Okay, then we come down to number 4, Florida State versus number 13, Vermont. I could see Vermont upsetting Florida State, but I'm going to pick Florida State. They made it all the way to the ACC tournament. Number 6, Buffalo versus number 11, ACU. I'm going to pick... I want to pick ASU, but I'm going to pick Buffalo just because they have a really good team this year. Number 3, Texas Tech versus number 14, Northern Kentucky. Now, you might think I'm crazy here, but I'm thinking I'm going to pick Northern Kentucky because Texas Tech isn't as good as people say they are. Yes, they are good this year, but not as good as they were earlier this year. So Northern Kentucky is going to pull the upset there. Number 7, Nevada versus number 10, Florida. I think Florida's going to upset them. Nevada hasn't played many good teams. Florida has. And then we come down to my most hated team of all time, Michigan, versus number 15, Montana, that they played last year. Pretty ridiculous that they put them back up against each other, even though Michigan blew them out last year. I would have just put them up against another 15 seed. I don't see what's wrong with that. But anyway, yeah, Michigan's going to beat them, obviously. Now we come over here to, I think, the West region. I don't know. And here we come to Virginia versus... Oh, number 16, Gardner-Webb. Memories come back to me with Virginia.
Incredible performance. Shock and awe in college basketball. UMBC makes history in Charlotte.
But I think Virginia's going to win. It's not going to be a repeat of what happened last year. Number 8, Ole Miss versus number 9, Oklahoma. Geez, this is a coin flip, but I see Ole Miss winning. I don't see Oklahoma going to the round of 32. And, okay, now this is an interesting one. You might wonder why I chose Oregon. They're on a hot streak. Wisconsin's not. I think Oregon's going to pull a big upset there. And then Kansas State versus UC Irvine. I think UC Irvine could, pull through, but I'm thinking Kansas State. I think they might have a good run this year. Then we come down to Villanova, number 6 versus St. Mary's, 11. I think, gee whiz, I think Villanova's going to win. St. Mary's could totally win, but I'm going to pick Villanova. Number 3, Purdue versus number 14, Old Dominion. So I think Purdue's going to do very good this year, but then they put them up against Old Dominion, and I'm like, geez, I think Old Dominion's going to pull that upset. And then obviously, easy matches up there. Tennessee and Cincinnati are going to win there. North Carolina versus Ionia. Yeah, they're going to win. Number 8, Utah State versus number 9, Washington. I think Utah State has a better team this year. Though they're not as much as a prestige college, they are just better. Number 5, Auburn versus number 12, New Mexico State. New Mexico State could pull, a great upset here. However, I'm going to pick Auburn just because, they made it all the way to the SEC Championship. They're on a good streak right now. Beat Tennessee twice. Number 4, Kansas versus number 13, Northeastern. Kansas is going to win this one, but I think they're going to go out in the next round. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. Number 6, Iowa State versus number 11, Ohio State. I'm going to pick... I want to pick Ohio State. I think I'm going to pick Ohio State. Yeah. I see them pulling an upset, but not getting too far. Iowa State's always good, but just no. And then Houston versus number 14, Georgia State. Houston, though Georgia State upsets a lot of people in the first round, Houston's going to pull through in this one. Number 7, Warford versus number 10, Seton Hall. A very interesting matchup. I like this one. I want to pick Warford. I think I'm going to pick Warford to succeed in this one and then go on to face Kentucky. So now we come back here to Duke versus UCF. I hate to see my poor baby die so early against Duke, like Spider-Man did in Infinity War. Sorry. But I think Duke's going to beat them. And then we come down to number 12, Liberty versus number 4, Virginia Tech. Liberty had a good run, but Virginia Tech wins. And then they're going to go to the Elite 8 and beat Duke because they did earlier in the season. So I'm going to just put them up there. And then going down right here to Belmont versus Temple. Belmont or Temple versus LSU. Belmont or Temple's going to win. They both are good teams against LSU. And though Louisville beat Michigan State earlier in the season, I am going to predict that Michigan State is going to beat them and move on. Though it's going to be tough, Michigan State will pull through and then beat either Belmont or Temple and go to the Elite 8. And now we come down to here to number 1, Gonzaga versus number 8, Syracuse. Syracuse could totally win. But I think Gonzaga is just going to pull through on that one. I don't know if they're going to get much further against Florida State because I'm putting them up against each other. But I think Florida State's going to win on that. Then we come down to number 6, Buffalo versus number 14, Northern Kentucky. Now here we go again with Northern Kentucky. I think they're going to pull another upset. You might look at me like I'm nuts, but I think Northern Kentucky's going to have a hot streak. And then go on to face Michigan, because Michigan's probably going to beat Florida, though I like the Gators. I don't see them winning against Michigan, number 2. And then Michigan's going to have an easy route to the Elite 8 like they did last year and just beat Northern Kentucky. Screw U of M, I hate you. Anyway, coming back over here to Northern Carolina versus number 8, Utah State. North Carolina's going to win that one. I think it's going to be close. And then Auburn's going to beat Kansas. And then North Carolina is going to go to the Elite 8. Then number 11, Ohio State's going to lose to Houston in a close matchup. And then I think Warford could pull an upset there, but then going to lose immediately to Houston. And Houston will succeed to the Elite 8. And then Virginia is going to beat Ole Miss up here. I'm having trouble with Oregon or Kansas, but I think I'm going to do Kansas. And then Kansas is going to beat Virginia and move on to the Elite 8. Villanova I'm going to pick just to go. And then Tennessee, is going to beat Cincinnati, and then I'm going to pick Tennessee because I am biased for them. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Though Virginia Tech could definitely beat Michigan State, Michigan State's on a run right now, and I think they're going to go to the Final Four against Michigan. I think I'm going to pin Michigan up against MSU. But then again, Florida State is decent. I think Florida State might win in that round. And then we come up to number 4, Kansas State versus number 2, Tennessee. Kansas State is not as good as people say they are. Definitely in the Elite 8, they will lose to Tennessee. And then North Carolina will go on to face them. So now we have our Final Four. I have 2 biased teams in the Final Four, but they're good teams. And I'm just going to pick Michigan State to go to the championship against Florida State. Yeah, I'm going to see them going up against... It's been a long run, Tennessee, but I think I'm going to have North Carolina beat Tennessee in the Final Four. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to leave my baby, but North Carolina is going to win. Though Tennessee had a great year being number 1. This is my championship right here, and, I'm in a little pickle. North Carolina is a very good team, but Michigan State has a very good coach. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going with Michigan State, just not because they're my team, but because they have something special this year. No, North Carolina. No, Michigan State. I don't know which one to choose. I'm going with... Didn't we lose? Wait a minute. Michigan State lost in 2009, I think, to North Carolina in the championship. Oh, man. I think I'm going to have North Carolina win. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I'm going to type in just a random score. I don't even care. We'll lose by 1 point. Dang it. I can see North Carolina. I could totally see MSU winning, but North Carolina will be my pick. And that's my bracket. Make sure to not copy me. Because I'm not going to have a perfect one. But, yeah, thank you for watching. Me just select teams for a living. And, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Unknown Grunt Production. And, anybody else, subscribe to PewDiePie. Bye.